Welcome everyone to Sunday Funday Yoga with me, Libby, and I'm here in the hills. Today I'm in my sunroom because this, although we are still in spring, is probably our first day of summer here. It feels like summer outside, and I prefer not to melt today and go outside into the pasture or chase shadows all around the pasture under the trees to try to keep my laptop from overheating. Anyhow, I'm glad to have you here, and just a little bit about today's sequence. It is going to be an opening, stretching, and a strengthening of some very important deep abdominal muscles. And when I point to them, you're probably not going to think, oh, those are abdominal muscles. But it's our quadratus, our set of muscles, quadratus lumborum. Most people just say QL because it's a lot easier. But our QL muscles are our deepest abdominal muscles, and they attach the lowest part of the back of our ribs to the top of our pelvis back there. Some people call them our hip hiker muscles. They're what allow us to hike our hip from side to side. They can be challenging to target, but one of the best ways to target that set of muscles is to bring your torso weight off your center of gravity. And so you're going to experience a lot of that today in this sequence, is taking ourselves off of our center of gravity so that they really kick in for us. Why do we even need to think about these muscles? Well, they're pretty dang important. When they're not functioning properly, we tend to get back pain, but they're very important for stabilizing the spine and connecting that top part of our torso to our pelvis to help with articulation. So they're important and worth spending a sequence of yoga working with. So we'll just start by coming to our comfortable seated position here, just opening up with a little bit of breath, a little bit of centering yourself for your practice. So closing your eyes, reaching from the base of the skull through the crown of the head, relaxing your shoulders down your back, releasing and relaxing the muscles of your face and jaw. And then bringing your attention right to the tip of your nostrils where you feel the touch of the breath enter and exit. Just observing its movement, observing the quality of the breath. And now that we've located the physical presence of the breath in the body, let's continue with a 4-6 breath, and I'll count it out for you. We'll do 5 rounds. That's an inhale for a count of 4 and an extra long exhale for a count of 6. We'll start by just emptying our lungs. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Return your breath to its natural rhythm. Coming into heart space to maybe set your intention or reaffirm an intention for your practice. And bring your hands together at heart center. We'll inhale, reaching forward and up, and exhale, back down to the heart. Holding here to open our class with 3 ohms, taking an inhale. Fourth ohm resonates within the heart space. All right, we're gonna start here in center. Just cross your legs the opposite way. We'll take a deep inhale up to clasp our hands at our heart. Exhale, tuck our chin and protract our shoulders, tuck our pelvis and press forward through the skin of the palms. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach right. Ooh. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Clasp your hands. Inhale. Exhale, externally rotate your shoulders and extend your arms behind your back. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, return to neutral position. Inhale, sweep your arms up to heart center, clasping your hands. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, and press forward through the skin of your palms. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Make sure you're not squeezing up through the tops of your shoulders. Keep them low. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach right. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, center. Exhale, sweep your arms behind your back and clasp. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, extend and externally rotate your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Last one of those. Inhale, sweeping up to heart center and clasping. Exhale, tuck and press. Inhale, up to the top. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach right. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach left. Inhale, center. Exhale, float behind the back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, extend and retract. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands back to sides. Just hold here for a moment, nice and tall, and observe the movement of energy already happening through the back and shoulders. And from here, we'll move over onto hands and knees. You're certainly welcome to blanket under your knees if you'd like. So as usual, I like to encourage you to not collapse here. Collapsing is letting your belly go and letting your chest sink. What we want is to press through the palms to lift our heart up and away from the floor, and we want to draw our navel and low ribs up toward our spine to support our low back here. We'll move into Marjariasana, Vidalasana, cat-cow breathing. On the inhale, you're going to reach your heart through and up and retract your shoulder blades. Tailbone reaches toward the crown. Exhale, reverse everything by tucking chin, tucking pelvis, and pressing down through the palms to open the back side of the heart. Inhaling, open. Exhale, tucking. Inhale, front body expansion. Exhale, back body expansion. 2 more of those. And then we'll inhale back to neutral spine, still remaining lifted and not collapsed. And now I want you to think about your solar plexus, that area just below your breastbone and above your navel. And I want you to think, you know, you're oriented on your hands and knees, so your belly's open toward the mat. I want you to think about this area though, drawing a circle. So we're going to pull that area up toward the back side of our body, send it to the right and down, and then draw it left and back up. Hopefully the video is picking this up okay. I probably should have worn a different colored shirt, but I think you get the picture. So we're just making this circular motion to the right now. Really trying to get the movement into our mid-back area. So sort of where the thoracic and the lumbar spine meet. And now let's reverse the direction. So we'll go left and up, and then right and down. My brain does not want to do this direction. I feel awkward in this direction. But really trying to warm up that area of the abdomen and the spine, because we're going to be in there quite a bit today. And then just come back to center. Go ahead and open your knees wide on your mat, bringing your toes together. You can keep your toes turned under. Step your hands forward. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, press the front of your mat away so that your hips come back to your heels. So this is a variation of child's pose to keep a neutral spine. So try not to reach your tailbone up, but rather reach your tailbone back. Couple more breaths here. And then we'll inhale back up onto hands and knees, repositioning our knees under our hips so that they're not out wide like we just have them for that wide leg child's pose. So here we are. From here, we're going to move into fire hydrant kicks. So this is a very strong hip strengthener. You want to keep your leg in this 90-degree bend that you have, just holding here on hands and knees until you kick open. So here's how it's going to go. You're going to inhale and draw the knee out to the side of the hip. You're going to exhale and lengthen fully. You'll inhale and bend back, and then exhale, come back down. I'll show you that from the front, because one thing you have to watch out for, when the tendency when you lift this leg out to the side is to let your body weight lean against it. And what that does is it takes the work out of the hip. You're counterbalancing the weight of the leg by leaning off to the opposite side. So it's important to stay strong and in the center and let the hip do the work. Woo! Those are no joke. All right, y'all ready? We'll start with the right leg. We're gonna do 5 on each side. So, inhale up with the right leg. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Stay on the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. It helps me if I flex and flare my toes to keep engagement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Making my nose run. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Woo! Open your knees wide and press back to child's pose real quick. All right. Here we go. Left side. Again, don't collapse. Keep it tall and strong. All right, left leg. Inhale, fire hydrant. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. That's 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. 3. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Last 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release, and press back to your child's pose. Woo! It doesn't look like we've done a lot, but I can feel it. All right, go ahead and come back up onto hands and knees. Set knees, hips distance apart, hands slightly forward, slightly wider than the shoulders. Fingers spread nice and wide, not collapsed here, but lifted. Draw your navel and low ribs up towards your spine. Turn your toes under. Take an inhale into your low back. And then exhale, press the front of your mat away as you lift your hips back and up to downward facing dog. Go ahead and make some opening movements here in your first dog. Maybe pedaling the feet. Some people like to shift their heels side to side for a little bit of a hip stretch. Whatever feels good to you here. Now, what you do want to be careful of is, again, not collapsing. So not letting everything just hang in your joints. You want to have strong shoulders. So I'm pressing through the tips of my fingers and I'm drawing my navel and low ribs up toward my spine. I'm engaging the tops of my feet up toward my shins. That helps the heels release. And you can engage your quads up towards your hips. That will help the hamstrings release. Both sets of those muscles are reciprocal inhibitors of each other. All right, we're going to come into twisted dog here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, reach across with your left hand to the outside of your right leg. And I'm just holding on to my shin there, or my calf. And I'm trying to stay as much centered as I can in my dog. And I can look under my armpit here. 3 more breaths. And release your left hand back to the mat. Ooh, take a deep inhale. Exhale, sweep across with your right hand, taking hold around your left calf. You can look under your left armpit and breathe. One more breath. Come back to center. You'll take a low crouch towards your mat. Look forward between your hands and float the feet forward, coming into a half forward fold. Weight is forward in the balls of the feet with half forward fold. And fingertips may be on the mat, maybe your hands are on your shin, or maybe they're up on your thighs. Wherever you are, you want your shoulders on your back, not hunched. You want to be long through your spine, reaching your heart and the crown of your head forward. This should be firing up through the backs of your legs, hamstrings quite a bit. And then we'll take an inhale out to the sides and all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay. So I have to back up off my mat and into the plants so that my head doesn't get cut off. God forbid Libby's head get cut off on the video. All right, some of my new equipment came in yesterday, so I'm only lacking one thing to actually make some semi-decent video recordings for y'all. All right, from here, we're just gonna come into, actually we were gonna do just a standing back then. I think I'd rather do the roll down with our breath. So, gonna start just standing in Tadasana here. So grounded through the 4 corners, inner and outer ball, inner and outer heel of both feet. Quadriceps lifted toward the hips, kneecaps lifting, tailbone reaching down toward the heels. Kind of puff your rib cage up in all directions. And that'll draw your low ribs in and lift your heart at the same time. If you kind of think of your rib cage expanding out front to back, side to side, diagonal to diagonal, like a cylinder or a cone growing open. Maybe a spiral if you're into spirals. Okay, so we're gonna start by clasping the hands behind the head. But don't let it pull your head forward. It's just really there for support at this point. I'll turn to the side so you can see this from the side. We'll start by inhaling back as far as the breath will take us. And then on the exhale, you're going to come back up and forward, tuck your chin and draw your elbows together. Take an inhale here. Exhale, continue to tuck down to your heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck down to your solar plexus, just beneath your breastbone. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck down to your navel. Inhale. Exhale all the way down to the pelvis. Take an inhale. Exhale down to your thighs and hold for 3 breaths. I'm glad I decided to do this because there are parts of my spine that definitely needed this. On your next inhale, you're going to inhale and unroll all the way up, open with the elbows and back as far as the breath will take you. And then exhale, round 2. Tuck your chin, draw your elbows together. Deep inhale. Exhale down to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, solar plexus. Inhale. Exhale, navel. Inhale. Exhale, pelvis. Inhale. Exhale all the way down to your thighs and hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, unrolling all the way up, open and back. Last round. Exhale, tuck your chin, draw your elbows together. Take an inhale. Exhale down to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, solar plexus. Inhale. Exhale, navel. Inhale. Exhale, pelvis. Inhale. Exhale all the way down to your thighs. 3 breaths. Inhale, up, open, and back. And then just drawing back to neutral, releasing, shaking that out of the body a little bit. I hope that felt good to you. That's one of my favorite moves. It just feels so dang good through the spine. And I tell you, if you'll do that in the shower with the hot water hitting your back, it's that much better. It's really yummy in the shower, especially if you shower in the morning, just to kind of open the body up after sleeping. Okay, go ahead and grab your strap or something that you can use like a strap, like an old pair of leggings or a belt or a necktie or just something. It doesn't have to function like with the loop or anything like that. I just happen to have a loop still sitting in mine from the last time I used my strap. All right, so we're gonna hold our strap just outside of our hips. And now we're really going to start working into QL. Go ahead and bring big toes to touching if you can. Firm your legs just like you do for regular old Tadasana. Go ahead and puff your rib cage in all directions. And we're going to inhale up to the top here. You're going to exhale and push into your right hip as you draw your strap over to the left. So we're starting to get into some deep QL territory here because I've got my arm weight, my head weight off of my center of gravity. And the more I pull over to the left, the more I need to push into that right hip. This doesn't look like much, but it's quite strengthening. One more breath here. A little trick to bring you back into center, wave your hips to the left. And that'll sort of wave you the whole way back into center. So I'm still overhead. I'm going to go straight into the other side. Deep inhale. Exhale, push your hips to the left and draw your strap to the right. So try not to flex through the spine. I'll show you what this looks like from the side. So this is me staying in line. This is me flexing in the spine, coming forward. I want to keep in the side plane here. And remember, the more you draw over to the right, the more you need to push into the left hip. One more breath here. And we'll inhale, wave our hips to the right, and that'll wave us into center. Exhale, release down, roll that out of your shoulders a little bit. We'll go in for another round of that. The posture is quite simplistic, but extremely effective. So don't ever think in regards to any yoga postures, if it's a basic or beginner yoga posture, don't think that you can't get tremendous benefit out of doing that. As a matter of fact, I would dare say that the majority of the time you can probably get more out of just sticking with some of the basic postures of yoga than you can with, you know, wrapping your leg around your neck 3 times and balancing on one finger. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for most of us real folk, that's just not practical for us. So I like to try to give yoga for real people. All right, let's go in for another round of that. So legs together. If that's possible for you, certainly it's not going to take the effectiveness of the pose away if your hips distance apart. I find it actually easier to press into the hip when my legs are together than when they're not. And you can see what pressing into the hip without the counterbalance weight of your arms does. It throws you off balance. So that's what you're actually, not only are you getting the outer hip stretch, but you're using it as a counterbalance so that you don't fall. All right. Blah, 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 Libby. Talking it to death, as usual. Inhaling forward and up. Set your shoulders here. Grow tall through the spine. Exhale. Press into your right hip as you draw over to the left. And we're breathing. And we're not clenching our teeth. At least I'm trying not to clench my teeth. 2 more breaths. Inhale, wave the hips to the left to bring you back into center. Exhale, go straight into the other side. Press left and draw your arms to the right. Again, trying to keeping only lateral flexion in the spine, no forward flexion. One more breath. Inhaling up. Exhale, releasing, and you can just put your strap off to the side for a moment here. Now, we're going to take that same type of posture, but with a different arm variation. And you're going to feel that there's a difference in the posture when you change your arms. So we're going to start in Tadasana. You're going to inhale out to the sides and all the way. Don't come into chair. I'm just showing you this so you can see my arms. You're going to come all the way up to the top. Clasp your hands. You can make a Charlie's Angels gun, and you're going to extend your arms fully. So this is our starting position. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, press your hips to the right, arms reach left. I'm feeling a different sensation in my hips and in my right shoulder. The sensation in the hips is more toward the spine actually than on the outer hip with this one. So more in the QL region. Inhale, wave your hips to the left to bring you back up to center. Exhale, press your hips to the left, reach your arms to the right. Last breath here. Inhale, wave your hips, bringing you into center. Exhale, release. Go ahead and take a wide stance with your feet. So my feet are parallel, which when I look at the outside edges of my feet being parallel, my toes actually look a little bit pigeon-toed. I'm not trying to come pigeon-toed. It's just the anatomy of the foot. When our outer edges are parallel, because of the way the foot's shaped, it looks like we're going pigeon-toed. I want you to press into the outside edges of your feet to engage your legs. Imagine that you're trying to shrink wrap these thigh muscles onto that femur bone so that everything is strong and engaged here. Hands to the hips. We'll inhale and lengthen fully through the front of our bodies. Exhale, hinge at the hips, attempting to keep the length in your spine. So no flexion for as long as you can go. So about right here is when my hamstrings go, okay, you're gonna about have to flex through your spine now. And that's when I let go of it. I want you to clasp your hands behind your head, and then you're just going to start swinging side to side. This is called pendulum. Well, I'm sure other things are called pendulum, but this is one of them. You're just kind of swinging like a pendulum with side to side. Feels pretty good. Little bit of release after that side bending work we just did. And then settle into center. You can bring your hands beneath your shoulders, coming up to center here. And go ahead and bend your knees. Draw your heels inward so that your toes are pointed open. Bring your hands to the insides of your knees. Press into your knees to extend your arms and hang out here in opening your low back. I'll show you this one from the side. So I'm here to begin with. but I'm just trying to let everything kind of sink and open. I like shifting my weight side to side with this one. It just feels good on my inner thighs. It feels good on my low back. I'll come back to the front for you. So I'm just here hanging out. I'm not worried about pushing my shoulders down. I'm just kind of letting everything get a gentle opening here. All right, now tuck your tailbone under and come all the way up, and then you can heel toe or jump your way into center. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to come through a couple rounds of sun salutation C. That is the one with the low lunge in it. And traditionally, it's got Ashta Namaskar, knees, chest, and chin. But if you want to practice your Chaturanga, feel free to go there. I'm going to take Ashta Namaskar today. But you do your thing. You be your own guru and give yourself what your body's asking for today. So I'm going to come to the top of our mats, into the tree here. All right, finding Tadasana. Gonna inhale out to the sides and all the way up to the top. Exhale, hinge at your hips, going long through the spine, all the way down to fold. Inhale, halfway up to lengthen. Exhale, step back through the right leg, touch down with the right knee. Tuck your pelvis forward, draw your low belly back towards your low back. Inhale and rise. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, turn your back toe under, and step back to plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale, either Chaturanga or Ashta Namaskar, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale through to Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Look forward toward your hands, take a crouch, and inhale, draw the right knee up into your chest, hinge the shin forward to lunge, touch down with your back left knee. Tuck your pelvis, draw your navel back, inhale, rise. Exhale, all the way to forward fold. Inhale, halfway to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. That was half a round because we led with the right leg. This time we're going to lead with the left leg to get the other half of this round in. Inhaling, out and up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips to fold. Inhale, halfway to lengthen. Exhale, step back with the left leg, touch down with the knee. Tuck your pelvis, draw your navel back, inhale and rise. Exhale, coming to plank position. Taking an inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale through Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Take a crouch, cast your gaze forward, draw the left knee up into your chest, step it forward to lunge, touch down with your back right knee. Tuck your pelvis, draw your navel back, inhale and rise. Exhale all the way to forward fold. Inhale halfway to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, shake that out for a moment. So we're going to come through another full round of that, except this time when we come into that low lunge, from the low lunge, pretend I'm low, we're going to take a twist toward that front thigh. And what's going to want to happen when you twist, I'll show you this from the front. So again, here, I'll just come into low lunge. When you twist, this knee is going to want to crank open with you. That's taking the work out of it. So you want to twist against it and keep centered as much as you can. And we'll hold here, and then I'll actually give you the opportunity, if you want to, you can turn the back toe under and try to lift into your high lunge, holding that twist in the body. Okay, so let me see. So yeah, this will be my first front leg. All right, talking to myself here, and my head's cut off, and I'm all in the plants. It's all good. Fine Tadasana. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, hinge to fold. Inhale halfway to lengthen. Exhale, step back through the right leg, touch down with the knee. Now, you're still going to tuck your pelvis and draw your navel back, except this time when you inhale and rise, the arms are going to be out to the sides. And then you're going to exhale, keep that front knee stationary, and twist left, really trying to open the back shoulder. It's tough. You can stay here for a few more breaths, or you can turn the back toe under and lift into high lunge. If you lifted, touch back down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, find plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale, either chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale through to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. All right, take a low crouch. Draw the right knee up into your chest, step it forward for lunge, come down with the back knee. This time, you're going to inhale up, keep your right hand down on the mat. You're going to inhale out and up with the left arm and exhale across to the right, so that you're getting that opening all through the left side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale all the way to forward fold. Inhale halfway to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Same thing with the left leg leading this time. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, hinge to fold. Inhale halfway to lengthen. Exhale, step back with the left leg, touch down. Inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, twist. Couple breaths before we go up, if you want to go up. Okay, turn your back toe under, and you can lift. One more breath. Lower back down if you lifted. Inhale back to center. Exhale, plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Or chaturanga. Inhale through either cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more breaths. Take a crouch, look forward, draw the left knee up, step it forward to lunge, touch down with the right knee. Keep the left hand, or fingertips rather, planted on the mat. Inhale out and up with the right arm and over. Breathe here. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhaling out and up. Exhale. Hands to the heart, shake that out. Oh goodness, let me check our time to see where we are. Okay. Definitely gonna have to do some chopping, as usual. I do want to give our unsupported half moon pose a try, because that's a big one for the QL. All right, we won't go straight into it though. We'll play a little bit more with a couple standing poses leading up into it. But let me go ahead and do some instruction on this pose, especially if you've never done half moon in an unsupported way. Ardha Chandrasana is what you may know it as. It is normally taught with the hand on the floor or on the block. I'll just show you real quick what the traditional posture looks like so that you can say, oh yeah, I'm familiar with that. But this is not how I normally teach it here in the hills. I teach it more for strengthening and low back release purposes. So what that same posture looks like in its unsupported form is this. So it may not be as glorious looking of a pose, but I'll say this, just in that quick, I hit the posture and came down, I felt much more going on strengthening wise or engagement wise in the top low back, and I already felt a little bit of release happening in the bottom leg low back, which is why I much prefer moving into this version of the posture than the traditional one. So like I said, we're not quite there yet, but I want to go into that leading from a couple of other poses, so I don't have to stop in the middle of that and explain it. That's where I wanted you to know that we were going. Okay, so we'll start at the top of our mats, finding Tadasana. I want you to inhale forward and up with the arms and right knee up into your chest, Pavanmuktasana. Exhale, go long into a warrior three, into the tree. I'll come over here, into a warrior three. trying to find the parallel plane to the floor. And then carefully bending through the front leg to give a light touch down with the back foot. From there, you're going to swivel the back heel in 90 degrees, or maybe a little less, just depending on how this acts with your back knee. So we're finding warrior two stance. Front knee is over the front ankle. I want you to give an isometric rotational grip of the front heel in the counterclockwise direction to pull that front hip up under you and give you a good seat. Strong back leg, drawing power all the way up from the outside edge of the back leg, back foot, back shoulder over the back hip. Inhale the arms. You can cast your gaze forward over index and middle finger. Try not to let the back shoulder pop forward. You want to keep the heart open and in that side plane. 2 more breaths. Inhale, press through your front foot to straighten. Draw your arms so that your palms are facing the midline of your body up overhead. So extending fully. Then you're going to exhale and let your front hip crease drop into your body as you come into Trikonasana with the added weight of your arms. This is really firing up that QL muscle. Three more breaths. Inhale, up. Exhale, let this back arm find the line of your body. So I'm just gonna push through my palm along the back leg there. And I'm gonna, because I've got a really big plant here, instead of hopping forward with my back leg like I normally would, I'm actually gonna hop my front leg back some so that I don't end up in the trio there. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna press, and then I wanna hike my back hip. So I wanna feel the engagement coming into my side body here and really into that low back area. With this front arm, I'm going to lift it shoulder height, bend at the elbow and flex the hand or the fingers back toward my shoulder. Now, I can hop in with the back foot to shorten my stance. But what I want to point out is my feet are still perpendicular to each other. I haven't let this back hip close on me. I'm keeping it open in that side plane. Now, lift onto your back toes and shift your weight forward onto that front foot. Hike the hip nice and strongly. Press against the line of the body. Lengthen your underbody. And then, oh, I'm falling. From there, you want to engage the back leg fully and start hiking, 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 hiking. Hold here and breathe. And then on your next inhale, try to balance your way. Yikes, I lost it. Forward to Pavanmuktasan. And exhale, release. Notice if your standing leg foot turned in. That is compensation for tight hips in half moon pose. I'll show you from the front. So when I go into that half moon, you can see my feet are perpendicular to each other. And when I start lifting off, what will oftentimes happen, because This is having to stretch open. When I lift, what will oftentimes happen is that front foot, it's not open enough, and so that front foot pulls in like that, and you end up doing something like this. So be mindful that that front foot is set, and all of the work is happening in the upper body. It's height, it's press, and it's the height and the engagement, not launching your foot off the mat that actually gets the lift. If you're launching your foot up, you're throwing yourself off of balance, and you're taking some of the effectiveness out of the pose. Our goal is to really strengthen and use those QL muscles to get the lift happening. All of that should be rock solid when you're going up. Let's go ahead and give it a go on the other side. All right. Inhaling forward and up with the left knee and arms, Pavanuktasana. Exhale, lengthen out. Try to find at least a second of your warrior three before you start bending into your standing leg to make a light touchdown into lunge. And then you'll swivel the back heel open, adjust your stance if you need to go wider for your Virabhadrasana 2. Now, check the front knee. If it's pointing in toward your big toe, give that isometric rotational grip of the front heel in the clockwise direction for this one, and that'll create that firm foundation. Strong back leg, drawing energy all the way up, and we're breathing. Again, back shoulder is over the back hip. It's not rolling forward. We want to keep it open. One more breath here. We'll inhale and press into the front foot to straighten the leg. Don't lock this knee. There should be some play there. There should be a micro bend, but your quadricep is on. Arms overhead. Deep inhale. On the exhale, don't think about folding. Think about dropping that front hip crease into your body. And that's what allows your torso to change positions. And 5 breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, release your arms. You can bend into that front knee a little bit. Find the line of the back side of your body here. Hop, hop, hop in. So we want a very shallow stance here. Now, make sure that that front foot hasn't already turned in on you. You want it pointing, toes pointing to the front of your mat there. You're going to find the line of the body. Hike your hip, hike your back hip, shift your weight. So I just come up onto the toes to do that. And I'm going to lift that arm, flex the fingertips back, and then try to lengthen the underside of my body, shift my weight, engage my back leg, and hike, 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 hike. And we breathe. And inhale, trying to balance to Pavanuktasana. And exhale. Release. Woo! I have got sweat dripping down the back of my neck. That's awesome though. Feels good. Go ahead and just plop down to your mat. And we have time for a very quick Padangusthasana sequence to stretch the legs out a little bit. So you can either use your hands or you can grab your strap. Coming all the way down onto your back. So that we still have time to twist after this before Shavasana, we'll do 5 breaths in each position instead of 10. So we're going to start by stirruping around the ball of the right foot, or 2 hands can hold around the ball of the right foot there, whatever feels right for you. And then on the exhale, extend your leg up. I like to do a loopy around my hands so that I don't have to white knuckle grip the strap. Just keeping my shoulders relaxed here. I like to flex and flare my toes, and I'm trying to engage as strongly as I can the quadricep back toward the hip. And it's okay that I am hyperextended in the knee because I'm not bearing weight on it. So it's fine to hyperextend here to really get that strong leg. Take a deep inhale. If you'd like a little more stretch, you can exhale and lengthen out through the left leg on the mat, flexing through left toes and pressing the back side of the leg down to the mat. 5 breaths here. Don't clench your teeth. Don't squeeze your shoulders. Don't furrow your brow. Don't grip your butt cheeks, whatever it is. If it's not directly involved with the engagement of the posture, don't do it. Let it be easy. 1 more breath here. Now I'm going to bring both straps into my right hand, and I'm doing the loopy again. Or if you're using your hand for this, you're going to flip your palm so that it's open to the lateral side of your body, and you're going to grab the inside edge of your foot for this one. Take a deep inhale, externally rotate your toes, left arm opens left, or you can hold left hip, and on the exhale, you're going to extend your leg open to the right. Breathing here. Try to stay grounded through your left shoulder and left hip. And we'll inhale, coming all the way up, switching over to our left hand. So if you're holding the foot, the left hand is going to grab around the outside edge of the foot to come across. I'm just using the strap, obviously. I am going to take my right hand and hook into my right hip crease and press that thigh away from me as I draw back on the foot. Keep flexed and flared with the toes. This time, give some internal rotation. So heel out, toes in. Keep your right hip grounded. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, come across your body to the left. There's the IT band. And we breathe. And we'll inhale up to center, unhook, exhale, float that leg all the way down to the mat. Oh, feels so good. Hold there for just a couple of breaths, just feeling the release. All right, Same thing on the left leg. I always like to start with both knees bent because it definitely kicks it into high gear when you lengthen that opposite leg out on the mat. So I like to start a little less and ease my way into a little more if it's fitting for my practice that day. Some days I leave the opposite knee bent the whole time. Just all depends on what's going on in my body that day. And that is truly the majority of what your yoga practice is helping you learn to tune in to the sensations and the communication that your body is sending to you always. All right, deep inhale. Exhale, extending up to center here. So again, I've got toes flexed and flared. I'm trying to hyperextend that knee. I'm trying to squeeze that quadricep back down toward the hip to get maximum length. And when I engage my quadricep like that, my hamstrings are allowed to give. They're allowed to stretch. All right. And then if I want to add a little bit more, on an exhale, I lengthen out through the right leg on the mat. It's not just a floppy fish though. I'm flexing through the foot and pressing the back side of the leg down to the mat. 5 breaths. Back of the neck is long. Breath is full. Last breath here. All right, both straps over to the left, or left hand takes hold on the inside of the foot. I can open out with my right or use my right to press down into my hip to stay grounded. I'm gonna externally rotate my toes, take a deep inhale, and exhale, open left, and try not to hurt the planets here. Let's see if I'm gonna clear it. There we go. And we're breathing. We'll inhale and draw back up to center. Switch to our right hand. So if you're holding the foot, it holds around the outside edge of the foot now. I'm going to use my left hand to press my left thigh away from me as I draw back on the leg. I'll internally rotate, so toes in, heels out. Deep inhale. Exhale across the body to the right without letting the left hip come up and over with. You can get plenty without letting that hip come up and over. Actually get more in regards to your IT band. There's no twist in the spine. So if you're wanting spinal twist, then you let the leg come all the way. The hip comes with it. But we're trying to stretch the legs back out after all of that strong standing work we did. So I'm going to leave the left hip grounded. 2 more breaths here. I'll inhale up to center, unhook, and exhale, float the extended leg down to the mat. Let's take a twist before we have Shavasana. So I'm going to bend both knees. I'm going to lift my hips and shift them over to the right side of my mat, so off the center line of my body. I'll cross my right knee over my left. You can either take figure 4 style or knee over knee, whatever feels more right to you. I'm knee over knee. You can even hook that foot behind the calf if you'd like. Arms come out to a T from the shoulders. And we exhale and let the knees fall across the body to the left. Yummy. Breathe here. And you can inhale up to center, unwind. Shift your hips all the way across your mat to the left. Cross left over right, hook if you'd like. And on an exhale, let the knees fall across the body to the right. And inhaling up to center, uncrossing, recenter your spine, extend your legs away from your body. Let the feet come about mat's distance apart, flopping open to the sides. Arms extend out to the sides, palms up. I like to work my shoulder blades up under me to give an expansion and an opening across the heart, making sure that my weight is equally distributed between my hips and my shoulders, lengthening the back of my neck, closing my eyes, and just give the weight of your body over to gravity. Letting go, I whisper, it's okay to release. Letting go, my body says back to me, thank you. Letting go, I find a silence and a stillness so sweet. Letting go, I feel my body welcome in peace. This feeling of centeredness, groundedness, and ease comes available anytime I'm willing to let go and welcome release. As the sound of the bell enters into your awareness, let it bring with it an awareness of your surroundings, beginning to deepen your breath and turn your senses outward once again. Slowly begin to bring movements back into your body, starting with fingertips and toes, hands and feet, wrists and ankles, arms and legs. Whole body making movements that feel good to you. And when you're ready, make your way over onto your right side, using arm or blanket as a pillow, remaining there for just a couple of breaths, allowing all weight off the heart. And then you can gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll end where we began. I invoke favor, peace, prosperity, and health upon each of us this day. May we experience full restoration, nothing missing, nothing broken. That which has been taken from us, physical and not, may it be returned to us sevenfold. And that which was once broken in your lives, bodies, minds, or spirits, may it be mended like new. May all beings be happy, healthy, and free, and may we practice with patience and know much peace. Namaste. Thank you to each of you in the room with me today. Thank you to all of you out in YouTube land that joined in with us. I hope it felt good to you. Hope your back feels juicy and ready to go. Namaste.